finding the mean of a negative binomial. When you're finding mean, you're going to have e of x is equal to x. You multiply it by the PDF of the negative binomial, and then this step you multiply x. Okay, when x is 0, you get this. You say 0 times this entire function. Then when x is 1, you have this, and then you automatically, any number multiplied by 0 is 0, so we shall end up with this function. So now from here we shall simplify this entire function of the failure and the success. So we shall factorize it into this, and then you simplify. You realize that x factorial is the same as x minus 1 factorial. So you do what? We're going to substitute it in here, and then these x's are going to cancel, and then we are in this step. So from here, 1 over 1 minus r factorial can be written as r out of r factorial. So we are going to replace, and then this px can be simplified as this into this, and 1 minus p of r can also be simplified into this. So we're just going to do substitution, substitute this into this. So that's basically what we did here. So when you do substitution, we get this, and then we're going to pull out the constants from this function where we have rp into 1 minus p into this. But then to simplify our work, we shall let these powers be single letters. Let me say w is equal to x minus 1 r, and s is equal to r plus 1. So here we can make x and r subjects respectively. Then shall come and substitute in here. When you substitute there, you're going to get this function, but from negative binomial, the whole of this is the same as 1. So we're just going to multiply this constant times 1. We get this, which is rp out of 1 minus p. That's our expectation of negative variable. And then we're going to be, for the standard deviation, we know that standard deviation is square root of variance. So we're going to get the variance of the negative binomial. Variance is this. This is a method for variance, e of x squared minus minus the mean, then you square the entire mean. So we have this, but since we have the mean, we're going to be working with e of x squared, and so we get this x squared times the PDF of what? Of the negative binomial. So same as what we did in mean, when x is 0, when x is x squared, we get this entire thing, this entire function dies. We stay with this one, and then we can, this can also be written as this. So when we factorize, when we simplify this, we shall get this. So this is the same as x plus r minus 1 factorial out of r minus 1 factorial x factorial, but we simplify this further into x minus 1 r minus 1. So this and this cancel, we remain with an x here, and then we simplify this just like the way we explained in the mean. Simplify this and this, r plus this 1 out of r factorial, then we get this function. So when we get this, we're going to pull out the constants, and our constant will be rp into 1 minus p to power negative 1. And then now here, when we let these powers be letters, we make x subject, r subject. We're going to substitute this into this function, the entire function. So when we do the substitution, this is what we come up with. Here we have w plus 1 into this multiplies everything. So I'm going to multiply w by entire thing and also 1 by the entire thing. So we come down up to here. And here when you look at this, from negative binomial, summation from x to 0, from x is equal to 0 to infinity, times this is the same as the expectation of w, which is written as this. And then this, we saw it from mean is 1. So we're going to come and put this back into this. Okay, simplify it into this. So we shall have, this will be our final, we shall have SP out of 1 minus P plus 1 when you simplify this. So after that, you can come and put it back in the whole of this is supposed to be multiplied by our constant RP into brackets 1 minus P negative 1, and then you come and multiply this, you come and subtract this minus what? Our variance, which has RP out of 1 minus P squared. When you work this out, when you work this out, SP out of 1 minus P plus 1 times RP into 1 minus P minus RP out of 1 minus P squared. Here you have to replace this S. Don't forget to replace the S with R plus 1. P out of 1 minus P plus 1. RP out of 1 minus P minus this. So because of time, when you simplify this, you get RP out of 1 minus P squared plus RP out of 1 minus P squared minus this. You realize that your variance of x will be RP out of 1 minus P squared, right? But we are looking for standard deviation, not variance. So our standard deviation is going to be the root of RP out of 1 minus P squared is root of RP out of 1 minus P. So this is the standard deviation of negative binomial.